Hey guys, first real video in a while. Um, we are going to talk about the North Arm Skaha, and we are also going to talk about a neck knife. Same individual that sent me this, Vinny. Follow my Instagram feeds. Vinny and I go back and forth all the time. The Skaha is a knife made by a company called North Arms, but he also sent me a neck knife made by Murray Carter. And if you guys know, I do watch Murray Carter stuff. I've mentioned Murray Carter in a lot of my videos. He is amazing at sharpening. It just happens that his method has a tendency to not appeal to a lot of people, especially on something that is something they want to keep beautiful and pristine and things like that. He prescribes to a method where you sharpen the entire knife before you touch the edge bevel, and that can lead to some knives that aren't as aesthetically pleasing as others. It is raining right now, so if I have to stop because my canopy is leaking, I will make sure that I bring this inside, and I have got to I gotta move some stuff real quick. So I'm going to go grab, because I forgot it, because you know it's me and I don't always prepare. I'm gonna go grab the Murray Carter neck knife, and then we will continue this momentarily. So guys, like I said, this is the neck knife that Vinny sent me. Now this is a Murray Carter, and I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this one first because there's not a real lot to talk about. It's a really nice knife. It's a hand forged knife. It is obviously got that's a hamon, but it's not necessarily like a true hamon, because what it is, it's a laminated steel. So I think what you're seeing is where the outer shell steel is cut away from the inner. It's a laminated steel. My goodness, is this thing sharp. Really thin profile, really sharp. For me, this is a little bit bigger than I would want in a neck knife. Now, Vinny did knock the tip off of it, and I'm not going to try and fix it for him because Vinny does sharpen this on his own. I'm not sharpening either of these knives. But basically, Murray has apprentices that work with him, and one of his apprentices made this knife. But it does say by Murray Carter. You know, it says whatever the model, I can't remember what the model that Vinny told me it was, and then Murray Carter, and then it has the mark here, the forge mark. But as far as the way this knife is put together, it was done very well. It was done very well, and it's a hand forged knife, so there's some issues with the plunge. I got news for you. I've ground a bunch of knives, and that's easy to make that mistake that I'm seeing there. It's really easy to do. But yeah, the way that Murray sharpens and prescribes sharpening is that you lay this completely flat here, and you just sharpen the fuck out of it there. Thin that material out, and then just then you do your final bevel, and that way you're thinning that material each time, and then you can get a knife that's like toothpick. It's ground all the way down to here, and still will be sharp because you're taking off that material, and that edge is not blunting over the consecutive life of a knife. It's a lot like same reason that Chris Reeves knives, CRK uses a hollow grind on their knives. So wood handles, really, really, really ergonomic. The choil is a little bit still sharp. It needs a little bit more work on the chamfers for my personal taste, and then this kind of comes up and pokes into my finger when I'm holding it. But like I said, as far as, it's a very nice knife. Would I want to carry it as a neck knife? No, not really. I would want something smaller as a neck knife. I would honestly say that this would be a great small knife in a belt sheath that you could carry. That would be awesome. I just prefer, if I'm going to carry a neck knife, I want it to be something small. That's why I made mine so small, the ones that I make. But this is what I really wanted to talk about, is the Skaha from North Arm. They are done in S35VN, and they are made in British Columbia. We'll turn this around so you can get a look at it. This knife is Bird tried to do it in his video. Birdshot did a video on this, and you can get some play, but you cannot make it not deploy. Like, you know, some knives you can get it to go like halfway. You can get it to come out and then just go to there, and then you have to flip it the rest of the way. Not this one. And this was dirty because I carried it. This went on a trip with me across the country, the Southwest United States, basically Utah, Nevada, Arizona, California. We hit all those states in our trip to with my in-laws, and I carried this. This was in my pocket the whole time. And when it wasn't in my pocket because it was digging in, because I had a couple knives with me, it was in the cup holder next to me, and then came out and went right back in my pocket when I stood up. You know, you're driving 8-10 hours, you start taking stuff out of your pockets. So yeah, I'll get this turned around. We'll take a quick look at this so you guys can see. It is a CNC'd blade. It's not gonna come in real clear on this, but we'll get the camera turned around so you can see it. It looks like it stopped raining. And you can see this is all done CNC. Even the G10 is all milled CNC. It's very well done. So hang on just a second, we'll get the camera turned around. All right, guys, pardon the mess, but I have been doing some sharpening today. Like I said, this, and I use this. It's got some smuts on the blade because I just did use this to cut open some stuff. But you can see this is a CNC blade, North Arm, made in British Columbia, and it is so smooth, so smooth. And then I didn't even notice this until I got ready to do this video. It actually has the date of manufacture, the month and year of manufacture on the blade. Now you can even see the CNC mill marks everywhere on this, including down in here on the lock face. Now, I didn't notice anything, but now after Vinny pointed it out to me, if you really slowly release that lock, you can feel it go along those little lines. But you know, I don't think, if anything, I think that would help the lockup. The G10 is really well done, where you get to see that grain structure, the multi-layers. And then this is a really comfortable pocket clip. Now, you can see, if you know me, where I might have an issue. And Vinny says the same thing. When you are using this knife, that flipper tab's great. I mean, it's really good. But then once it becomes like your guard, it's just kind of in the way. I wish it was a little less sloped down into the handle like that. That's not a fucking game ender for me. You know, that's not a deal breaker. It is still, and I mean, it is super smooth. Now, it's like somebody said, what's the flipper action on this? This knife doesn't strictly flip. Look how tore up my hands are. Scars and burns. Anyway, this knife doesn't just flip open. This thing just, it explodes. And the first couple times you do it, you're like, holy crap. I hope they put a robust stop pin in there, because it is going to need it. Because, I mean, it just slams open. I do like the nice drop. It's got a really nice straight. It's got enough belly to work with, but it's still got a lot of straight. I'm going to compare this to a knife. This reminds me a lot of the Grimsmo Rask. It really does. It reminds me a lot of the Rask. It's kind of produced the same, but I'm going to tell you something about this knife. This knife is $176 Canadian. With shipping, I think you're looking at $180 for this knife. Now, they currently do have their books closed, but, you know, I mean, everything's nice, smooth, round. There are no hot spots. This would sit nicely as a traditional if you took the pocket clip off. And then Vinny, I think Vinny added this. I haven't seen any of the others, but yeah, this is, I mean, wait, let's hear this. Look at that action. Now, I do like, a lot of people don't like this. I do like when blades are done with the CNC, that they leave the CNC milling pattern on there. I do like that. Some people don't. I'm a fan of it. Because it proclaims itself as a CNC made knife. So The two guys that do this have a YouTube channel. You can actually watch stuff in their shop. But like I said, right now, their books are closed. Handles come in a few different colors. I was looking at the colors online. I think there's a blue, there's a natural G10, there's black. They had a gray-ish looking one that they don't offer anymore, and I really wish they did, because if they did, I would get one. There's probably going to be one of these in my future sometime, but not right at the moment. But yeah, this is an amazing knife at the price point, $170 something. And then plus shipping, you're looking at $180. And like I said, the flipping action on this is second. I can't think of knives. When I'm trying to think of knives that have this kind of action, I'm thinking somewhere in the $700-800 range, you know, or if not more. And I mean, it's really light. There's the only other metal than the blade are the pins, and then this is just solid G10. The lock bar is inserted into the G10. That's the only, that side is the only side with any metal in it. The rest of it is just all solid G10, and I mean, I got pretty strong hands, and I can't compress that. Runs on bearings, really, really smooth. Really nice. So while I've got it over here, I may as well, let's take a good close look at that Marie Carter neck knife. Earthquake. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is a gorgeous knife. You can see where it's the laminated steel with the core. And like I said, guys, it is ridiculous sharp because it's so thin. Because of the way they sharpen it, and the way he sharpens it, and the way that he recommends his customers to sharpen it. I would do this knife the same way every time. Yeah, there you go. And I really didn't carry it too much. I did do some late cutting with it, but I mean, it is just a workhorse of a cutting knife. Not sure of the steel. I'm sure if you went to Marie Carter's website, you could find it, but gorgeous wood, pinned well, nice and smooth. This knife has 0 hot spots too. None. Except for me, maybe this right here, because I got big fingers. But that's basically it. That's right, guys, let me get this camera turned around and we'll talk about a couple things. So guys, that's the North Arm Skaha. Like I said, it's awesome. I'm hoping to get one before those guys realize that they're making these knives basically for free. Because the amount that they're charging for the amount of work that I'm sure goes into this is just, it's insane. So, last announcement here, last little thing, I said we were going to talk about a couple things. Blades are going to be here Wednesday. It's currently Monday. I just had one person reach out to me about ordering a Viper. There are 5 spots left for the Hornets. Now, this is Gen 1. This is the last of the Gen 1s. I just put this up for sale on Instagram. This is the last of them. The new ones are going to be a little different. The Gen 2s, the blade profiles, just a little more down, a little bit more breadth to the blade itself, and it's going to have a very pronounced finger guard. So with that being said, this is the last one of the Gen 1s that I'm going to make, because I ordered blanks from Waterjet. Like I said, the first 7 are spoke for, and then this one is going out to whoever wants it. I put it on Instagram. I have not looked yet. If you're interested in it, let me know. This one's already completely done, got a sheath and everything. It came back from Matt at Armitage Carry. This is the only one I ever did in green. This was originally for someone else. We came to a decision that it was not exactly for them, and it got carried in a leather sheath maybe twice. So I went ahead and sent it off to Matt at Armitage Carry, got a sheath made for it, and now this is going back up for sale. I'm not at all offended by the fact that the guy, it was just, it was a little too fancy for what he wanted. He said the design was perfect, it's just a little too fancy, too shiny, and instead of me going back and just refinishing it, we're probably going to make him one of the later models that's not going to draw as much attention. He's a kind of a guy that needs something that would be more low profile, does not want to draw shiny attention to himself while he's combating badness throughout the world. So yeah, we're putting this one up. If you are interested in it, most of you guys know how to get a hold of me. The information's in the comments all the time. I put my card at the beginning of every video. So with that being said, like I said, there's 5 spots left. Yeah, 5 spots left for the new Gen 2s, and then I have 50 of the Vipers that are coming available now. So basically, I'm going to spend a couple days once they get here, and I'm going to get everything down to size. And I'm just going to start heat and treating a couple of them every Saturday, a handful of them every Saturday, so that they're ready to go. That's it, guys. First video back for a while. I apologize. I have been back. I just that trip pretty much wore me out. I had stuff that I have stuff I need to do videos about. I just got a knife in from a guy named George Shaw. That is a unique knife that I'm gonna try and. He's been happy with it. I mean, but I want to see. I want to take a good look at it before I make a decision. There's issues with it, but it's all titanium blade even. I'm not talking SM100, titanium. So yeah, we'll look at that knife. I have one more thing that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and shoot another video before the weather gets too horrible, and then get out. But I got to get this one done first. So, but I'm losing daylight. So kid is homesick from school. I'm pretty sure she's got the flu. We made an appointment. My wife decided that my wife had to go. She has an after work meeting today, and so I'm taking her to her doctor's appointment here in a little bit. So I got to get stuff done and get moving. She's pretty sick. She's been in bed all day. It's for that kid not to want to go play. It's saying a lot. So, yep, my wife was home for just a few minutes and had to go back for a work-related meeting, which is why I stayed home all day today, because she basically has been gone since 8 this morning. So, all right, guys, that's it. Take it easy. I will talk to y'all later, and I will see you next time.